I'd started French in 7th grade, and then junior year I also picked up Spanish. And it was really hard the first 2, 3 months, and I was almost thinking about dropping it, but I had a really great teacher. And then by the end of senior year, I think actually my Spanish was better than my French. First of all, it was really good because I got a lot of retro credits. I had done pretty well on my placement test, so then by the end of freshman year, I actually had a junior standing, which allowed me to study abroad in Senegal my sophomore year, and you had to have a junior standing to do that. So that was really nice that I kind of was able to get a jump on things. And I guess I wasn't anticipating this, but they've helped a lot because it's, you do a lot of lit analysis, so it's critical thinking and tons of writing and oral communication practice, and which carries over into English too, and that's always a big help. I studied abroad twice, like I said. I did for a whole year my sophomore year in Senegal, and then just this past fall as a senior I went to Dominican Republic. I sort of had mixed reviews on the Dominican Republic, but I absolutely loved Senegal. It was really great to be challenged in a way I never have before. I was flying high the first 2 weeks, and I loved it. It's when they call having your rose-colored glasses donned or whatever. Everything looks great. And then it was after 2 weeks, there was about a 4-day period, and I was like, there is no way I can stay here 9 months, but I can't afford to go home, so what am I supposed to do? And kind of being able to get past that and just seeing how far you've come. And it was Senegal in particular, it was like I had to relearn how to be a person. I didn't even know how to buy a bottle of water, and some things are bartered, some things aren't, and social cues are completely different, and there everyone was speaking Wolof. They know French too, but you hear Wolof all the time, so I was just completely lost. And it was, it was good for practice with French, but above all, I really liked the personal growth, I guess you could say, that I got from that. I want language and culture to be the center point of whatever that might be. And ideally, I would like to work with immigrants in some capacity. I'm not interested in law as much, but more social work, that kind of thing. And so there's actually a really large Senegalese population in the States, in New York, Atlanta, and San Francisco. So I'm hoping to move to one of those cities and be able to use Wolof and French with them, and then Spanish as well there's tons of Latin American immigrants here. So that way I figure, because I love traveling, but I don't want to live abroad forever, and this way I still get to have cultures, and I really enjoy being able to experience someone else's culture, and it's really difficult at first, and you get past that, and you get a better understanding, and ultimately have a better bond between the two and a better perception, I guess. I don't know. So I think it'd be really cool to be able to do that for people that are coming here. Employers love it. It will never hurt you to have another language, and now especially with globalization, Spanish, especially in the States, is becoming more and more popular, but French is spoken in 5 countries-ish, 4 maybe in Europe, and all of West Africa, and a country in South America, and you can use it all over the place. And again, even if you're not directly using your language for a job, you learn those skills like I was talking about, that you learn critical thinking and analysis, and it gives you a different perspective on somebody else's way of thinking, which is important for being able to approach problems. Another good thing about study abroad is that not only are you in your country, but usually it leaves the doors to traveling elsewhere, especially those who travel in Europe generally hit 10 countries while they're there. And in Senegal, it's very difficult to get public transportation. So a couple of the girls on my program and we had gone to Mali, but that was like a 53-hour bus ride, and it would have been 12 in the US or something. But it's just really great to be able to see and experience someone else's culture. And I guess the thing I value the most with my experience in Senegal is I was very immersed, and I had some friends that I was really close with, and I essentially became a part of their family. Like, there was no boundary lines whatsoever. I just was their family, and it was really cool after a while to think of things from a Senegalese perspective before an American one, and just, I got such a new look on life in the States, and so many things that you take for granted and you don't realize. And then at the same time, there's things that now I'm critical of, because I'm like, oh, it's this way in Senegal, and it's cool that you can compare the two, and I feel get the most positives out of both of them.